I failed it in school, and then languages opened up to me when I went and moved to France, and I learned French, and I suddenly was like, hey, I can learn languages. And then I learned French. I was like, oh, I'd love to learn Irish. Why can't I speak Irish? So when I came back home to Ireland, I really wanted to learn it, and I was starting, and then I met my, how do you say, my future wife? My future wife, I didn't know at the time, and she was actually from Connemara, and grew up speaking Irish. So then I met her, and just ever since I've been speaking with her and her family, and now we're living in Connemara, and I'm speaking every day, and I love it.
I learned Irish because my dad spoke it to us when we were growing up, and then we went to all Irish primary and secondary schools, and then I kind of forgot it again because I went off to Glasgow for a while, and when I came back I really felt that it was something that was very important to me, so I kind of tried to use it again as much as possible, and since then I've done most of my work through Irish, and I feel very privileged to do that.
I learned Irish in school. And then after school, I really loved it all through school, and then I went on to study it in Maynooth. So I did my degree in Irish, and I combined it with media studies. So that was a really fun way to kind of bring the language alive. And I suppose I studied Irish because I really loved it, and I didn't know where I was going to go with it or why I was really doing it, other than the fact that I really enjoyed speaking it and learning about it.
I learned Irish relatively late in life. I'd done it in school, but all my brothers went to an all-Irish school and I didn't. And I kind of envied them that for a long time. So when I had the time and work opportunities helped me that way, I made it my business to learn the language and enjoy it. And now I speak it pretty much every day.
I learned Irish mostly from transition year on. I decided it was something that was too important and interesting for me to not learn, so I started making an effort, even though we had a terrible Irish teacher. But I loved it enough at that point to go and make an effort, and I really wanted to do Honours Irish for my Leaving Cert, so I did. And then I did a degree in it in UCC, which was a wonderful experience. And I now do a lot of my acting work and various other jobs through Irish, which is great.
I'd spent a good portion of my academic life studying ancient languages. I did classics at college, and then I came across a night class in London where I was living at the time, in Gaeilge, and I thought that'd be cool, you know. That's where it started. And then I ended up meeting a woman who had read Irish at college, and you know, as things turned out, and I ended up having a lot of friends who speak Irish, and so, you know, it turned out to be a good idea.
I grew up with my sister Ionia in a bilingual family, and our mother is American, but she learned Irish and she could understand what was being said, but she wasn't very confident speaking it. And then our dad refused to speak anything but Irish to us, despite the fact that we spoke English to him for a large part of our childhood. So we had incredible bilingual, trilingual conversations going on around, where we would speak in Irish to one parent and English to another parent, and the parent who was speaking English could understand the Irish but would reply in English, and we would reply in Irish to my dad and English to my mum, and then translate for any of our friends who were around. So it was a bit crazy growing up, and then I suppose not until I was much older did I kind of value the fact that we'd also been given Irish as a language, and made a conscious effort to try and work through it, and appreciated the fact that it gave us a different sense of the world, and different vocabularies and different way of feeling. So there's still a lot of things that I would love to learn in Irish. I would love to improve my vocabulary and my language, and so I feel that even though by Irish standards I would be considered a relatively fluent speaker, I think that there's so much more to discover in the language, and I'd be really excited about finding out more in the future.